Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict strategy stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stock, usually 1 week to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Strategy stock fell sharply last Friday, and technically, the stock has fallen below the consolidation area. This means that the current uptrend of the stock has ended and the market is looking for a new bottom for the stock. Interestingly, although Bitcoin has recently hit a new high of more than $110,000, Strategy's stock price has not been able to keep up. Despite Bitcoin's continued rise, Strategy's stock price is still far below its historical high of $543. A few days ago, Strategy planned to raise $2.1 billion through a stock sale. The funds will be used directly to buy more Bitcoin. On the one hand, having more Bitcoin may push up the company's stock price in the future, but on the other hand, the listing of new shares seems to have put pressure on the stock price, and a sharp correction in the stock price in the short term seems reasonable. The current price of the stock has deviated significantly downward from the 5-day moving average. The trading volume of the stock further increased on Friday, but it was not much higher than the previous 2 trading days, which means that the market is still very cautious. It seems that some funds entered the market to buy the bottom on Friday, but the amount is limited. Through the 30-minute chart of the stock, we can see that the stock entered a consolidation cycle on May 8th, which did not end until May 22nd. A large number of chips were sold during this cycle, and it seems that a large amount of funds flowed out of the market, so the stock price lost the momentum to rise further. On May 2nd, as the stock price fell deeply, some large trading volumes were generated at a relatively low level, which may be a signal that long capital intervened in the stock, so the stock may experience a rebound next, but because the resistance in the area above the current price is large, the bulls may not be able to continue to push the stock price up, and then the stock still has the risk of further decline. If the stock price falls further, then where is its bottom? $340 or $300? I think $340 is more likely, but this does not mean that the price will not fall below. Compared with the lowest price in April, the current price of the stock still has a 50% profit margin. If the price of Bitcoin falls sharply, it is possible that the stock will fall below the $340 level. Through the position distribution of the stock, we can see that most of the current positions of the stock are concentrated in the $367.60 to $430.50 area, and the current price of the stock is at the bottom of this area, which is very unfavorable for bulls. This means that a lot of resistance has been formed in this area, and the stock price has limited room for rebound. It is expected that the bears will suppress the rise of the stock price again. The position volume of the stock below $367.60 has decreased significantly in the past 2 weeks, which means that the long capital that entered the market at a low level has withdrawn from the market on a large scale, which also means that the stock price needs to rebuild a solid bottom before the next wave of upward trend comes. The U.S. president and his family have become staunch advocates of digital assets. It is reported that Trump Media and Technology, a media company owned by the Trump family, is planning to raise $3 billion to invest in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. This strategy of TMTG is similar to that of Strategy. It is worth noting that TMTG's move came after Bitcoin price broke through an all-time high of $112,000 last week. DJT stock rose 15% in pre-market trading on Tuesday, but Bitcoin price were still rising slightly on Tuesday. This reflects that some investors are concerned about the continued rise in Bitcoin price, and investors' wait-and-see sentiment seems to be getting higher and higher, as Bitcoin price currently seem to be facing correction pressure. Wall Street analysts are still bullish on the stock. In the past 3 months, 13 analysts have given Strategy stock a comprehensive rating of strong buy, Among them, the buy rating accounts for as high as 92.3%. The average price target for strategy stock given by these analysts is $524. The highest price target is $650, and the lowest price target is $175. This is the option data based on the distribution of strike prices for strategy stock expiring on June 6th. It is obvious that several put option strike prices far below the current price are being traded in large quantities, with strike prices of $350, $315, $265, and $230. This set of data sends a negative signal, reflecting that some investors believe that the stock will still fall further in the short term, and may even fall below the $300 level. Let's go back to the daily chart of the stock. In fact, it is not only the stock that has a price difference with the price of Bitcoin, but also Mara Holdings stock. Although this does not mean that the rise in the price of Bitcoin is over, it does show that some investors are becoming more cautious. The price of Bitcoin may set a new high again, but this does not mean that the stock has bottomed out. Judging from the trading volume of the stock, the long capital that flowed into the market on Friday was limited, so even if the stock price rebounded, it is expected that its rebound space will not be large, and then the stock may enter a consolidation trend, but I think the probability of further decline is greater. This wave of selling of the stock does not seem to have significantly opened up the profit space, which means that the willingness of long capital to intervene in the stock in large quantities is not strong. So I am still bearish on the stock at present, and I think the stock may have an additional loss of 10%, and the price may bottom out at around $330. Okay guys, this is my price prediction for strategy stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.